everybody? Dan Charlie back with another video. You seen the title, man. You seen everything. Yeah, man, I had to get rid of those wheels, man. I had to get rid of those wheels. I had to go. And I'll tell you all the story about everything. Let me show you all the wheels I got on first, and then I'll explain everything. So yeah, really hot today. But yeah, this is the wheels we got on. These are American racing wheels. It's a square setup, so it's 20 by 8.5s all around. And I currently have two 45 20s all around right now. So yeah, that's the wheels I got on. I am gonna put a 275 in the back. On a little staggered. I might put some. I don't know. I might just leave the front ones because the tires actually came with the wheels, and the tires are still in very good shape. What the hell is this? Yeah. I just watched it yesterday. How did I miss that? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I will run 275 in the back. Yeah, it's current wheels, man. Let me know what y'all think. But yeah, let me explain how I ended up with these wheels and what happened with the previous wheels. First things first, funny enough, these wheels I got on, I said they're American Racing Custom Wheels, Torque Trust, M's, I think that's what they called, is the long ass name. But yeah, I basically call them the classic Mustang wheels because a lot of the classic Mustang cars usually had this kind of wheels. So some people don't like it on trail race, some people like it. I like it, so I don't really give a fuck. Pretty much before I got those wheels, the Fulces, the Nitros, the Fulce Nitros, and in case you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch my previous video. I'll put a picture of it. Before I got those wheels, the wheels I got on right now, the American Racing Customs, were the wheels I was initially gonna get. Because I remember seeing these wheels a long time ago, but like I said, I always saw them on Mustangs. I didn't think you could get them on different other cars, I didn't think you get them on Mopars or anything like that. So I only thought they were only made for Mustangs. So when I saw one for sale, I bought this locally, obviously. So I saw it come up for sale, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know you could buy these cars for these wheels for the Mustang for Mopars, So and I always loved the design of this. I always loved the way these wheels look. I was like, I gotta get it for my 300. So because the guy I was buying it from, he said he had it on a Charger. No, a Challenger, sorry. Yeah, he said, but the ball pattern and everything's pretty much the same with all these cars, So I was gonna buy these wheels from him initially. We talked about everything. We already agreed on the price, and then we already agreed on when I was supposed to go drive up there and pick the wheels up from him. And it was supposed to be on a Thursday. And then what had happened was when the day came for me to go pick up the wheels, he basically ghosted me. I didn't hear from him. He didn't, I was like, hey, what's up? I used to sell the wheels. Like, he didn't respond to me anymore. He didn't, so I was like, damn. So I gave him, and then the next day, he didn't respond also. So in my head, I'm like, oh, he either already sold the wheels or maybe just didn't want to sell them anymore. So I was like, damn, I was kind of bummed out. I was like, all right, it's fine. And then, so I started searching for wheels again, and then that's how I found the the nitrous wheels, the black ones. That's how I found those wheels. So those weren't the wheels I was trying to get initially. These were the ones I actually wanted to get. So I found those ones, and I talked to the guy like, hey, I want to come get it now, and I went there and I picked it up, and that's how I ended up with it. But yeah, so yeah, these were the wheels I actually really wanted to get initially, So, but anyways, I got it now, and I'm happy. Well, anyways, the main reason why I got rid of those wheels, the black ones, because to be honest, I think they might look a little better, and obviously it's a lot wider. It gives it a very aggressive, wide look. But the main reason why I got rid of it was, well, obviously those wheels were not made for this car. They were not made for Mopars. Okay, those are like classic wheels. I think they were made for like classic cars, classic muscle cars, hence the reason why it didn't fit on initially. The offset was just weird, So those wheels weren't made for this car. That's why I had to run those super aggressive 32mm spacers just so I can get it to fit. But it wasn't just the offset that was wrong. I came to find out later that the bolt pattern was also wrong. So if you know this cars come with a 5x115 bolt pattern, those wheels were actually 5x114.3. Okay, so it's a different bolt pattern, but because it's so close to the 5x115, it will still physically fit over the hub. Okay, it will still fit over and it will still bolt down right. So you might not even know. I didn't even know that the bolt pattern was different. You know, like I said, he told me he had it on a Magnum, you know, a 5x115 as well. So I didn't think too much of it. But the reason why I found out that it was wrong bolt pattern was, so after I put everything on, after I mounted it on, put the spacer, obviously I had the tires balanced and everything. And then I took it on the highway, and as soon as I got up to like 65 miles an hour, the whole front end of the car was shaking, like shaking really bad. Like not just the steering wheel, you know when the steering wheel was like shaking because of the tires is not balanced and stuff like that. And like I said, I just had it balanced and everything. So the whole front end was shaking. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I thought maybe something was loose. I went there, tried to, you know, make sure all the bolts were tight. Everything was tight. Everything was good. But it was still shaking. And the weird thing about it is that it will only shake at like 65 miles an hour. When I went faster, as soon as I get past 65 to like 67, 68, it will stop shaking. If I got up to, I even took it up to like 120, it wouldn't shake. It only shook at 65 miles an hour, which is weird. That's how I know it wasn't a balancing issue, because if your wheel's out of balance, what will typically happen when you get to like 50 miles an hour and above, your steering wheel will start shaking, and the faster you go, the more shake you're gonna get on the steering wheel. I believe that's what it is. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how you know the steering wheel, your tires out of balance. So what I did, I took the wheels, I went to Discount Tire. All right, so I had a different shop mounted, so I went to Discount Tire and I had them rebalance the wheels, the tires, just to make sure that, you know, maybe the first shop messed it up. So I took it there, had them rebalance everything, took it on the highway, it's still the same shaking. Like, damn, what's going on, man? So I went back to Discount Tire and I was like thinking, like, you know, what if it's not the right bolt pattern, you know, like, because I started doing research on the wheels, right? I started doing my research on it. And I found out that they didn't, that specific nitrous wheels, they didn't make it in the 5x115 bolt pattern. They only made it in 5x114.3 and some other random ones. Because a lot of the older muscle cars use 5x114.3. So I took it to Discount Tire and I had them, because they have like a tool they can use to measure the bolt pattern. And then when he measured it, lo and behold, it was 5x114.3. So I was like, damn, man, it was the wrong bolt pattern. And the problem with that, because the reason why, I think the reason why I was getting the front end shake was because the bolt pattern is not the same. It's off by just a little. It's like 0.7. It's not a lot, but it's enough to where the wheel is not sitting centered with the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be very hard for you to get it sitting perfectly centered. So basically what that means is one stud or one lug nut is holding, one part of the wheel is being held on more than the other side. So it's almost impossible to get it to sit perfectly centered, you know. And, you know, I know you're probably thinking, oh, why don't you just get hub-centric, you know, hub rings? You know, you can buy little rings that will help center the wheels. So I actually looked into doing that. I tried to get hub-centric rings. Only problem was that the spacer that I got, because the spacers I have, they're only hub-centric to the wheel hub, but it's not, there was no way, it's not possible to put a hub-centric ring over the spacer to the wheel. All right, it's not possible. I called the people I got it from. They sell a bunch of lug nuts and rings and all that, and they told me, like, it's not possible. Like, there's no way to put it on the spacer. So that wasn't gonna work. So I was like, okay, let me try to get a different spacer. Let me try to get an adapter, a 5x115 to a 5x114.3 adapter, and I found one. Only problem is, I couldn't find one with the right stud size. So the ones I found were different, totally different stud size, and it wouldn't bolt onto my car. So yeah, I was bummed out about that, and basically that was the reason why, you know, I had to take the wheels off. They look good and everything, but that shake, you know, and, you know, every time I got a little bit hesitant to drive the car, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, I'm like, I don't want to be driving in, you know, stud brake, I break the stud, or, you know, wheel. I don't think the wheel was gonna come off or anything, but it was just something that was on my mind all the time, and I was like, you know what, let me just get rid of this wheel. So I took it off, And then funny thing was that after I bought the nitros wheels, the other guy who was selling these wheels, he then texted me, was like, oh, he was busy and all that. So I hit him up again. I was like, yo, you still got this wheel? And he said he still got it. And then thankfully he responded this time. So I went and I picked it up and I, mounted it on my car. So that's how I got it right now. But well, yeah, that shake, man, I just couldn't deal with it, man. So I had to take it off, and there was no way I was gonna be able to make it, work. Even though as much as I love those wheels, and I just bought those 295 tires also, but it just, it just wasn't safe, man. It just wasn't safe, man. It looked good, but also I want to be safe about it. So that's how I went with those wheels. And with these wheels, obviously, I don't need no. I'm not running any spacers, because even the spacers also, I'm not really a fan of spacers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like the idea of spacers, having spacers on my car. So that's how I went with these wheels. I don't need no spacers. Everything just bolted up, right on, fits fine, no shaking, nothing. So at least I don't worry about it anymore, and I can drive as aggressive as I want. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up with it, with these wheels, man. Let me know what y'all think about it. I already sold the wheels, the nitrous ones. I was gonna put it on here to see if any of you guys wanted to get it, but I put it locally and somebody came and bought it. So yeah, they're gone already. But about the different bolt pattern, I know, because I was doing research about it, and it's kind of one of the most controversial things. Some people say you can put 114 by 3 and 150. So I've seen some people who say they ran it for a long amount of time and not have any issues. Which is fine. I say if I could at least get the half-centric rings, I would probably still keep it, but just the way I just couldn't find half-centric rings, and those wheels were obviously not centered, and I just couldn't keep driving it like that, you know what I mean? So another reason was, those wheels were heavy, man. Those wheels were fucking heavy. So, and like I told y'all, if y'all watched my videos in the past, I said my main goal with this car was, I want to be more towards the performance side rather than, cosmetics and all that. So obviously having those big wheels, heavy wheels, it's just only gonna make the car slower. I didn't even want to go with 20s to begin with, but so I got those wheels. They're, like I said, they're only 8x5, so they're not nearly as heavy as those nitrous wheels. They're a lot lighter. They're smaller also, and I don't really need the 295s, to be honest. If I run a 275 in the back, I mean, even those 245s, it hooks up just fine. So running 275s in the back will be more than enough. So I do miss that wide look, but I think this is better. So let me know what y'all think. Like I said, a lot of people don't like these wheels on Mopars. I always loved them. I wanted it, so that's how I ended up getting it. But let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what you think of the wheels. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Yes, dual drive around. Set this camera and drive around so y'all can see how this thing looks when it's rolling and stuff. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Center cap is kind of dirty, but yeah, this thing shine on the sun real good. You can see also it's a lot more flush with the fender. You know, the black ones will stick out. I didn't really like that. You know, but this one's a lot more flush. So they're fair. You know. So this one does sit in a little bit, but I'd rather have it sitting a little bit than, you know, sticking out. I didn't like that at all. So that's all I got, man. Let me know what y'all think about the wheels. Let me see now. What y'all think about the wheels, man? That's all I got, man. But yeah, see you on the next one, man. Then trying it out.